field training system. We believe that this is the most important part of our 5 absolutes. This system is very vital to our wide or die program. I don't think you could just go wide and recruit people without field training them. There's a 4-step process within that, and that starts with recruiting. So you recruit, sell, field train, and develop management. We've talked about this many, many times before, but if you're brand new, you've got to remember those 4 steps, because to get into the 5-on-5 field training system, I believe that you have to start out with a solid foundation. And in that foundation, what we found is that when you start out with a right market, so again, once we establish what we need to do, now let's talk about who do we need to do that with. We want to do that with people that are age 25 to 45, married, got kids, working on a home. If you're under 25, I want you to try to recruit up into that market. We also want them to be married people. If you're not married, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to try to target married people, ladies and gentlemen. There are people that win in business in all different backgrounds. It could be a widower, you could be a single parent. That's not the point. The point is, every one of us in business have to have a marketplace, and we want to recruit to the greatest potential market that will not only be able to get your services, but they're going to be able to buy the services and afford the services. So it's a very solid business. So once you establish the marketplace, now we get to the 5-on-5 field training system itself. And within that, here's what we want to do. We want you to go out and introduce your upline field trainer to your warm market. That means your best 5 people. So I want you to have a list of minimum of 5 to 10 to 15 people. Now these are people that fit that market most that we talked about, and then these are also people that are potentially salespeople that are highly motivated, they have credibility within the community, might be a family member that you respect. You want to take the best people within your warm market, introduce your upline. You'll find that you'll get your 5 training sales done real fast. Now, it isn't just giving 5 presentations, it's about doing 5 training sales. So it's very important that people recognize that you have to start within that market. Now, we go out and get 5 people signed up. Once we get 5 people signed up in the membership, remember, the field trainer's objective isn't just to sell, he's trying to get the 3 recruits. So usually out of 5 training sales, you have 3 people that'll get signed up in the business. I think that's very important, because if you get 3 recruits, you go manager. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is recruit, sell, field training, and develop management. And these are our 4 steps. And so I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, you can't get them out of order. You can't go manager, field train, sell, and recruit. A lot of people are doing it backwards. You have to go recruit, sell, field train, develop management. Now, the great news, if you're a new person, you just finished your field training sales, your next objective now is to become a field trainer. So what makes you a qualified field trainer, obviously, is getting the manager and by having 3 recruits. And the other thing is by completing your field training sales. That's another point. Now, once you've gotten that done, now it's really time to roll. We want you to get in the Players Club. I think it's one of the major secrets to the business, and you'll find out why field training is so important, because now, after you have your first 3 recruits from doing your 5 training sales, here's what's going to happen. You're going to field train those 3 recruits. Those 3 recruits are going to take their best 5 people, and they're going to introduce them to you, and you're going to go out and you're going to give the presentation, and you're going to write those sales, but they're going to get the recruits. And now you're recruiting for your recruits. A lot of people, it's a big misnomer in marketing where they think that, hey, I need to be a great recruiter. No, you need to be a recruiter of recruiters. I mean, you're going to recruit other people's market. It's very easy when you're in that triangle. And the triangle is that your field trainer went and talked to you, and then with you talked to your warm market. And that warm market, which we just talked about, is your best market. You're going to be able to get the most people out of that are going to get in that business. But these are the people that you want. These are the people that trust you. These are the people that know you. These are the people that give you appointments. But if you try to recruit that market and sell that market yourself, most of the time, even if you get them in, they're not going to listen to you, because they know you're not an expert. They know that you work for them. They know you went to their church, so you're not the expert. If the field trainer's the expert, once you've done your field training sales, now you are the expert. Now, the great thing about this is now you're a qualified field trainer. So now you're getting ready to make the big bucks. Most people will not be able to do that if they're not in that position to be a field trainer. So now let's take a look at this. Now, 5 people, you went and got 3 recruits out of the 5. Now you're a field trainer. They're your 3 recruits. You're qualified, you're trained, you're ready now to go. Your job is to take each one of those recruits and field train them. And now you're going to go out and try to what? You're going to sell the first 5 memberships, but you're going to try to recruit 3 out of the 5. Ladies and gentlemen, if somebody has to go 6 presentations or 9 or 10, it's still okay. But the bottom line is you want to stay within that system, and you just want to drive that new person as a field trainer. Your responsibility to get them 5 sales, ladies and gentlemen, right? That you write, ladies and gentlemen, but they get the recruits. The recruits is worth all the money. Ladies and gentlemen, later on you'll hear me talk about why the recruit is so important. You don't never want nobody to get your recruit, but the sale means nothing. I will tell you this, ladies and gentlemen, my first 5 training sales, I don't even remember who they are or who they were. And give you one fact. A gentleman that I wrote when I first got into business, that gentleman now has over 18,000 associates. And we're talking about 80,000 memberships. So when you look at that, I've been paid 80,000 times because my upline let me keep the recruit because it was my recruit. He didn't place him, it was just my recruit, but they wrote the sale. Now the sale might have been $200, what difference it made? He got $200, I got paid 80,000 times. Ladies and gentlemen, what you want is you want to be able to keep the recruit. Okay, now, once you establish that, then you want to repeat that with each one of those frontline direct recruits. Now, I'm going to tell you something. In the field training system, it's very important for you to recognize that to be a master trainer, to be a master builder, you've got to be a master field trainer. And what I mean by that is that you could have 3 frontline recruits and you're field training them. Some of them could be dragging, but you could recruit one person for one of those recruits. Okay, and you're not finished field training them, and that person's not qualified anyway. Take the recruit you just recruited for them that's under them, field train them simultaneously, and then recruit somebody for them, and then also immediately start field training that person simultaneously. Within 24 hours, you should have a in-home or PBR set up, and you should see who shows up. You only do one in-home meeting or PBR, and then from there you go out in the field, belly to belly, eyeball to eyeball. This is called direct marketing, ladies and gentlemen. You want to get right into your market's face, belly to belly, eyeball to eyeball. And the way you do that is you take every new recruit and you say, take me to your leader, take me to your mother, take me to your brother, take me to your cousins, take me to your pastor, take me to your CPA. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the market. Sprint built a huge network by friends and family and MCI. That's how networks were built. Ladies and gentlemen, grassroots is the way you want to build your business. We just found out that one of the big box office movies, the Narnia movie that came out, it hit 70 million its first day, and the reason why it was so successful, even though it's not rated R, the Christian group was recognizing that it could promote that because they did a grassroots process where they did emails and they contacted all the churches and pastors, and they told all the church members and the Sunday school teachers and everybody, and they started sending them out to go see the movie. And so that's how you build this business. And so it's very important that you recognize is that grassroots is the way you do it. Well, grassroots to me, and I'm sure to you, sounds just like the field training system. We recruit somebody, we want them to take us to their warm market. Is that right? You want them to take you out to the people that they know, then you give the presentation, and then you recruit people for them, and then that person has a warm market. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody has, if all of you were to have a funeral, and obviously everybody will, everybody has at least 6 pallbearers, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know anybody that doesn't know at least 6 people that would carry your casket one last time. Even if you owe them money, I guarantee you they'll say, we're going to carry you down to the grave one last time and get rid of you because you're a deadbeat, you don't pay your debts. So I don't think it makes a difference based on the fact of whatever you do, all you have to do is recognize is that you want to be in a position to be a master field trainer. And it is the greatest grassroots marketing system to build an organization that you've ever been informed. And I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, it's the greatest grassroots building system that you ever find is our field training system. And it's the one reason why that we looked at the movie that Mel Gibson had, the Jesus Christ movie, 600 million, ladies and gentlemen. And the reason why I was able to do it because it was a grassroots effort prior to the movie's release, where the people promoted, the people said that they wanted, the people voted that they wanted that movie and they thought it was important to them. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, you got to do the exact same thing. If you promote that, ladies and gentlemen, if you say, you know, I want to have a real movement, I want to make a big difference, ladies and gentlemen, the field training systems is the way. And what will happen is in this process, you'll become a master field trainer. You'll be in a position where you'll be able to tap root. And tap rooting is no more than multiple field training. training. That means that you recruited one person direct to you, and then you recruited somebody for them, which was one of their 5 training cells, and then you go out and field train that person. And that's the second level. And then you go out and field train that person, and then one of their new recruits would be 3rd level, and then you start field training that person, because all 3 of them could be brand new. You could recruit all 3 of them in 1 week. So one person can have a recruit that has a recruit that has a recruit. The key is we're recruiting from their warm market. We're not putting people under them. We're recruiting for that market. And then all you have to do is say, everybody's got 6 pallbearers. Everybody knows somebody. So we go out and do their 5 training cells. The attempt to get 3 recruits, get them promoted to manager. Ladies and gentlemen, we just proved that you recruit, sell, field train, and develop management. So I think it's very important. And then, of course, you'll notice something that's very important is that in this process, you recruit somebody direct to you, and then you, by field training them, you recruit their warm market. So the person you recruit for them is 2nd generation. Then you field train that person. Person you recruit there is 3rd generation. Ladies and gentlemen, that's 3 deep. And then, of course, you field train the person 3 deep from you, and you recruit somebody for them. That's 4 deep, ladies and gentlemen. Every time you go 4 deep, ladies and gentlemen, there is a superstar in one of those legs. Ladies and gentlemen, every leg that I'm 4 deep at least, you understand that organization is doing 200 memberships or more. Some are doing 200, some of them doing up to 2,000. So again, you know, we talked about there's a new master builder, ladies and gentlemen, in town, and that is a dream team qualified field trainer, a great white shark. And that's how you're going to become a great white shark, is you're going to be able to start out just field training, but to be a master field trainer, a master builder, is somebody that will be able to go 4 levels deep. And simply, you could take Greg, and then Greg's best friend Mike, you recruit Mike, and then Mike has a guy named Jerry, and you recruit Jerry, and Jerry knows a lady named Carolyn. Carolyn is a superstar, and she knows 7 people right now, and you go out there and you just start running with her, bringing in, and she can go 7 wide, ladies and gentlemen. That doesn't matter. Point is, the minimum is you get 5 training cells, you'll get 3 out of there, because the numbers are the numbers are the numbers. And the field training system is impeccable. And without the field training system, there is no way that you'll be able to pull this out. A lot of people are just bringing people in and putting them in and saying, go sick them, go do it. You can't do that. What do you mean go sick them, go do them? Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, you know, they call me coach, and the reason why, because I'm going to coach you to a winning championship, ladies and gentlemen. I tell you one thing right now, I'll put you on the bench just as quick, and I challenge every leader right now, if you're on my team, I tell you what, and you don't get in the field training system, you will be on the bench. And what I mean by that is I ain't calling you, I ain't answering your calls, and I ain't got 30 seconds of conversation with you, not because I don't like you or anything, because it isn't fair to the players that are going to practice, that are following the plays, that are with the coach. And so when you build a great team, ladies and gentlemen, you've got to have great players, but the player can be great all they want, but if it's uncoachable, it will not gel with the team. And if it don't gel, ladies and gentlemen, your team won't swell. So the field training system is a great way to build a business, and it's impeccable, but I can tell you right now, the person that becomes the greatest field trainer will end up being the greatest builder, will end up being the biggest leader, that'll have the biggest team. And the final thing is being able to duplicate that. Just having an organization of field trainers, and having those field trainers realize that the reason why that somebody is field training you, even if you're brand new right now, is for you to become a field trainer, to develop you into a field trainer, to have an army of field trainers. Because if you recruited 1,000 people this month and you had 500 field trainers, you'd be able to go out and field train those people. Problem is, people trying to get big, they don't have enough qualified field trainers, because nobody that's really good enough to go in the market, that know how to explain the company, that know how to explain the business, they can explain the money. I mean, that's what the field trainer does for you. The field trainer knows how the e-service works. The field trainer knows how everything works. They know how to do the paperwork. They know how to get things qualified fast, know how to get paperwork fast. And they're also teaching you the very important thing. The next step is to get into the Players Club, ladies and gentlemen. So I think this is it. There's nothing more important than field training and focusing on developing people down deep. And one thing I want to tell you is for you master builders out there on channel, try to run one 8 levels deep. And what I mean is, we don't put anybody under anybody, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, I'm going to field train deep. I'm going to recruit you, field train you, then field train one of your recruits that we recruited for you, and then field train that person and go 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4 levels deep. One of those superstar 4 level deep, what happened, if you just put them into the system, if you get them to understand the field training system, you'll find what happens is that person now will repeat it, and now it's running without you. That means that now your 4th level recruit, could be the 3rd level, they'll go out and they'll recruit somebody, and then they'll field train that person, and then they'll recruit somebody, and then they'll field train that person. And then next thing you know, that 4 level deep will go 1, 2, 3, 4 deep by doing the same thing you did. That's 8 levels. That's a super tap group. Usually when we do a leg like that, that organization will end up over 1,000 memberships, over 1,000 counters. Ladies and gentlemen, it's just amazing. I can give you some examples. You look at, obviously, my #1 team, the Ring Factory. You look at Emmanuel and Kim Burns' team. Basically, a super tap group. And you look at Jerome and Cynthia Pierce, they're 6 levels deep for me, ladies and gentlemen. I help field train and build them. I manage, finish developing them. And together as a team, we built a super hierarchy, and the Team Conquerors were born. Another thing that we did was we started, when I recruited my mom got in the business. She introduced me to a gentleman, brought in his sister. His sister introduced us to a couple named John and Carla Holmes up in New York. And then, of course, John and Carla Holmes, you look up, is 6 levels deep for me. So, ladies and gentlemen, Jerome Cynthia Pierce, 6 levels deep. John and Carla Holmes, and another leg wide is 6 levels deep. Caleb and Flo Meadow, who's actually under my cousin, they're 6 levels deep, ladies and gentlemen. Naeem and Sonia Abdullah, I believe, are 8 levels deep or more in another leg, which is under Platinum Q's organization. So again, with Fred Sanders is not even direct to me, he's 2nd level to me. But I started field training Fred, and then Fred brought TK Dent in. Mr. TK Dent brought in another couple, the Thomases, and then Thomases brought in a school teacher. The school teacher brought in Rashid Elamine, and Rashid is 6 levels deep, ladies and gentlemen. And then Naeem is 2 levels down from him. That's 8 levels deep. You understand it? Just repeating the same thing in every organization, every leg. I started with field training, and I start tap rooting. I run each leg all the way down deep. And ladies and gentlemen, it is a science. Ladies and gentlemen, this comes from a billionaire. It's already proven, ladies and gentlemen. And I can tell you right now, if you make more than $8,000 a day, we'll exempt you from doing this system. Other than that, you need to do this system, because I can tell you right now that last year I was able to create my first $106,000 month in 1 month just from doing this system. And so the reasons why I was able to do that was the fact that using this system. The thing is, if I work harder, then I actually can build more. The thing is you want to build a business to where you don't have to work one day. And that's why if you're not in the field training system, ladies and gentlemen, then you're not going to be in what I call the new money system. And the new money system means that somebody else helps you work to make your money, not you doing it all by yourself. So I appreciate you taking the time to listen out today, but the 5-on-5 is alive, ladies and gentlemen. I tell you, thanks a lot. Shark, shark.